Good morning. Last Saturday we repaired the wheel hub bearings, and then just a couple days after that I went potato picking, got my sweet potatoes that I planted, got them out, got a nice harvest. And today we're gonna take a trip to Sendai. It's about a 3-hour drive by highway, well 4.5 including charging by highway, and have a good time for a couple days up there. And there's a typhoon coming. It's gonna hit this area, so we're gonna get out of here in the nick of time, hopefully. So yeah, God's been good to us. God's really blessed us, not with money or with things really, but with the opportunity, this vacation of mine, to just do things with my family. I had a good time digging up those potatoes. I had a good time with repairing the car, even though I didn't get to do it completely like I want to, but had a good time with my family doing it. Had a good time digging up the potatoes, and that's what matters, right, guys? So hopefully we'll have a good time on this trip as well. See you soon. First stop for the day. First charge. Guys, I gotta apologize. I forgot to turn on the drive recorder, the GoPro, before pulling into the rest stop. I apologize for that, guys. It's kind of a boring drive anyways, I swear. It's nothing to record. It's kind of boring. All right, from 100% charge, we have traveled 90 kilometers, and we still show 26% left. So, actually, not bad. With 74% battery, we've gone 90 kilometers. Not bad, considering we have to go I'm going about 83 to 85 kilometers an hour on this highway in this big bus. Showing 37 kilometers available still on the odometer with an eco mode. Out of the eco mode, 36 on the gasometer, not odometer, gasometer. So, yeah, about that, 37. It is now 10:25 a.m. We made a stop at a different rest stop just to get our bearing, because we planned the trip on a different route. And since we chose to go to that scenic area, the car navi chose a different route, so we kind of panicked. We had to write down, these are all the charging stations. There's 16 of these service areas or parking areas between where we got on into where our destination is. There's 16 of them, and 8 of them have chargers, so roughly every other station, which is usually not very bad, like 30-40 kilometers between. The next one though is 60 some kilometers from here, I think from here. So that's the furthest it goes, 60 kilometers. Still, that's nothing. They did a good job. The bad part of it is at every station it's just one charger. I haven't even tested this thing out yet. I don't even know if this thing works. I'm sure it does. Pretty sure. But on a trip like this in this van, if this charger was broken, I don't know what we'd do. I'd have to turn around and go the other direction, because I think about 30 kilometers that way, there is another charger available that way. But I mean, I'm showing 37 kilometers left. I'd be like running in pretty low juice, and I don't want to heat up the battery too much. I didn't want to even go this low, 26%. I was going to try to do it between, around 40 to 80. Charge from between 40 up to 80 every time, just to keep the battery temp low. Once again, the EMV, it's not built on electric format, so the battery it doesn't get the most air cooling underneath. So a few charges can heat it up pretty quick, even on a day like today, 22 degrees out. Anyways, I'm gonna plug in and pray that this thing works. It's just ridiculous, one charger. Also, thank goodness nobody else is here. All right, talk more later, guys. All right, we're done charging. Actually, I bet you the charger tells us how long I wasn't paying attention to the time, guys. Let's see if this charger will tell us how long we've been charging. Almost 30 minutes. 26 minutes, 7 seconds. All right. Almost 30 minutes to charge up from where we left off to 82%. I like to charge a little bit over 80 because that's not truly 80%, is it? Let's go over these numbers real quick. So showing 113 in eco mode. 108 out of, okay. Battery did go up 1 seg. We're at the halfway point for the battery temp. Got to watch that carefully, because we're going to do at least 4 charges probably before we get there. Went 90.3 in 2.5 hours roughly. That's not really that true though, because I did have the car on for a little while because I wanted to watch the meter so I could turn off at 52% or 82%. So some of these numbers are a little bit off. This is right. I only got 13% regenerative power back because we're on the highway. It was actually 7.2, but I sat here with the car on, so it dropped down to 7.0. But 7.2 kilometers per kilowatt hour for highway miles and stuff, that's not bad. I'm not going to complain. The best I've ever done is 8.9, so that was on the back roads, no lights, going a much slower speed. So that's pretty good. I'm not going to complain about that. Showing 82%, 10:57 a.m., 22 degrees. Let's head out. All right, next rest stop. We've only traveled 63.4 since the last rest stop for the parking area, whatever you want to call it. But you can see my battery's down 32%, showing 47, 49 kilometers of range left. Battery temp is still holding at half spot. Only got 9% off of that last trip, holding at 7 kilometers per kilowatt hour. Yeah, I didn't do so well. We went to the mountains, as you can see from the video I shot. Lots of huge tunnels, long tunnels. Very aggressive driving. Supposed to only go 50 in those areas with the construction, but everyone's going over 80. I was holding him back at 71. That made him very angry. But I felt like 20 over the speed limit. Easy enough for me. I'm going to charge up here, and we're going to get going. Time is changing. You can't see it right now on the Navi, but it's starting to lengthen out. Hopefully we'll be there by 4 o'clock, 4:30, hopefully. Wow, that was really hilly. I was hoping to make it to the 96 kilometer area, and I probably could have made it, but the battery would have been so low. I would have definitely heated up the battery pretty good, charging it next time. I'm trying to keep the battery like around 40% where I start at, because that'll just keep it from getting too hot. You start really low and it just can cram a lot of amperage right away. It'll go super fast and that just heats up the battery. So I'm just trying to do it that way. I'm not worried. We got plenty of chargers. I'm not worried about running out of juice even going through these mountains and stuff. I'm worried about the battery temp. I want to keep it as cool as possible. However, my wife's getting a little antsy. She wants to get to that beautiful area, scenic area, before it's too dark. So what we're probably gonna have to do is I'm gonna push it to 80 some kilometers to the next stop. So the battery's gonna be pretty low. Maybe I'll charge to 85% this time. Still gonna be around, probably be in the 20s by the time we get there. We'll see. Maybe through the worst of it with the mountains. I don't know. We are hugging the coastline kind of, but could be mountains the whole way there still. There's a giant map over here. Let's check it out. You gotta see this, guys. There's a huge map. We're North Ibaraki right now. Guys, you won't believe this. I took my 50cc scooter and I was camping in those mountains over there. I was just on the border of Fukushima and Ibaraki with my 50 last year. I don't have the 50 anymore. It was a little Super Cup 50. It was so cute, a little yellow bike. Don't have it anymore. So where are we exactly right now? Any ideas? It said Kita Ibaraki, right? That's Kita Ibaraki right here. I think we're right there. I think. This is Fukushima here. Keep going past there. So we got quite a ways to go. We're at the halfway point though, roughly. We're about 200 kilometers into the trip. It's a little less than 400 kilometers. So we're about the halfway point right now. I think we're doing pretty good. The car is staying nice and cool. It's traveling great. No noise. It's super quiet actually. Dangerously quiet. I'm getting a little sleepy. I wish I had cruise control. No cruise control. That part sucks. But yeah, I'm holding it. The speed limit going through those construction zones and the tunnel stuff, it was really 50, but I was being pushed by this truck behind me. Huge truck wanted to go a lot faster. I kept it around 71. There were times where I did get up to over 100 in certain areas. I was trying to draft some trucks, but they go like well over in the triple digits, and so that wasn't working. So drafting's not an option. That's just stupid. So yeah, I'm just gonna try to keep it around the speed limit. Right now I think it's still 50. It'll go back up to 80 eventually. Let's get through the construction zones. All right. That's it for now. All right, we started at 12 o'clock charging. It's 12:14. Finished charging at 80%. I'm showing 125 on the gasometer. Gonna zero everything else out. Oh, it went up 1 bar, 1 seg on the battery temp. I'll go back to that in a sec. Hang on. So the battery seg went up 1 bar. We're up 7 segs for the battery temp. That's still optimal operating temperature. I think a lot of that did not come from the charger. I think a lot of that came from just driving at the speeds I was driving at. Also charger. These are full power 50 kilowatt chargers. So that's why it charged so fast. Anyways, I'm gonna unplug and we're gonna get going. Okie dokie, made it to the second to the last charger on the highway. We have traveled only 47.7 kilometers since the last stop, showing 43% of the battery, which is more the way I like it. That way it shouldn't get too warm when I get up to 80% again. Showing 60 kilometers of range out of eco mode, in eco mode 63, woohoo. Battery temp is holding at the 7 segs, which is fine. It's probably going to go up again. These are full power chargers, so it's probably going to heat it up a little bit more. Only 4% of my trip was done by regenerative braking. That sucks. And 7 kilometers per kilowatt hour, not too bad considering the mountains again. Ha ha ha. So I'm going to plug it in, start charging. The next stop after the next charger after this is only a few kilometers away too, so that's not a good thing in a way, because it doesn't give the battery any time to really rest and cool down, and then you just another high power charger. I feel guilty doing this every time because the previous owner hardly ever charged this thing up on a quick charger, and now this is my 4th one now for today. Ugh. I feel terrible. I feel terrible for my car. But yeah, I'm going to charge it here. And then the next one will be the last chance we get to charge until our exit. And it's like nearly 80 kilometers we have to go without a charger available. And it's really mountainous around here. I mean, we're going through a lot of mountains, really mountainous, all the way to destination. The good news is I think my wife found a good spot at a convenience store, which is a much lower power charger, so I won't feel so guilty plugging into that. Pretty close to the exit, because we're going to be low on juice when we get off this highway. All right. See you soon. It is now 2:20 p.m., showing 19 degrees centigrade. We're still up in the mountains. 36 kilometers in eco mode available still on our gasometer, or 35 if you take it out. Traveled 72.3 kilometers since our last charge. And as you can see, the last charge we got up to 8 segs. We're still in the optimal operating temperature, but when we charge on this, our last charger for the highway, it'll push it to 9, and that's when you start getting to the hot area. It's just starting to get hot. So that should be it. And then after that, we'll go to a much more gentle quick charger at a convenience store when we get off the highway. So I don't think it's going to go any higher than that. And I've been taking it really easy. If I had the time, if I could sit and like let the car sit for 15-20 minutes, that's probably all it would need to just drop it down 1 seg, and so it wouldn't go above 8 probably. I want to get going though, because we want to see that place. It was pretty interesting. I don't know if it'll show up on the video, but we just went by the Fukushima power plant that had the problem on the highway, and they have these meters every 2 kilometers. They have these meters telling you what the radiation levels are. Highest I saw it go was 2.2 microsieverts. Most time it was 0.2, 0.3, 0.5. Right now it's less than 0.1, so we got through it. You can't even use a motorcycle. That area where the...
I don't know.
Well, I don't know why, but they won't allow a motorcycle on a stretch right next to the power plant. You can't ride a motorcycle out on the highway there. She's probably right. It's just for safety. And also, if you see the trucks in the video, you can see all these trucks with a big green banner on the front of them. That's just saying they're hauling radioactive dirt to a spot. They're carrying radioactive dirt. They're still doing cleanup, but they're almost done. Last time I watched a video or a news report about it, they're almost done with the cleanup. It's pretty much okay. I mean, the radiation levels on the airplane are much higher than what they're showing on these meters here, so not a problem. We made it to our destination. We were so lucky. You have to pay for parking around here, but thanks to our charger being right next to it, just a little bit of a walk over here to where we need to go. We get the free parking. Right at a convenience store. Okay, so let's see. Let's go to numbers. 20% showing on the battery. Actually went up 2% coming down the hill from the highway. I traveled 82.7 kilometers since that last charge, and showing 28 kilometers left in eco mode, 28 kilometers left out of eco mode for range. Temperature did go down a little bit on the battery. It went up quite a bit last time I charged it. It went up to 11 segs, I think. It's up to 10 right now. Well, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 segs right now. It looks like, if I'm counting it right. Took an hour and 18 minutes to get here from there. We were cruising pretty good on the highway. The highway can go, they have a 100-kilometer-hour speed limit on that highway. Only got 6% of my range from regenerative braking. And showing 7 kilometers per kilowatt hour. Not bad, actually. That's pretty good. All right, those are the stats. It's 18 degrees. The temperature has dropped because it's getting dark. 4 o'clock right now, so I'm going to get out, plug this puppy in, and I'm going to go for a walk around the area before it gets too dark.
Yeah.
Show you some nice views. That's funny. Right.
You visited me?
Yeah. Can you hold that? It's beautiful out here. And the weather, even though we have a typhoon right down south near Kyushu right now, or wherever it is, Osaka, it's beautiful here still. It is gorgeous. Keep in mind, this whole area was flooded after that big earthquake in 2011. This whole area was just, the tsunami just wiped this whole place out. They did a great job cleaning it up again. It's all new. This wall behind me, it's all new and stuff. I don't know, the bridge is maybe not new, but remodeled. I'm sure they had to do some repairs to it. If you want to go across that bridge, I bet you have to pay. Well, I just want to see how much they charge.
200 yen.
I don't mind paying 200 yen. I'm gonna go across the bridge. If it's 200 yen, I'll go. Yeah. Crossing 200 meter something bridge. It's a 252 meter bridge. Cool. Cool. Yeah, that's beautiful here. Yeah, so it's $2 per person to walk across this bridge to this little island. Teeny little island. It's a botanical island. They said they have over 300 different plant species on it. Beautiful sunset. Very nice. Too bad my my battery on my camera's dead. Oh look, we got some seagulls. Hey buddy. This one's trying to sleep, so don't bother me. I'm on one leg. Hey buddy. What's up? What's up, buddy? Just chilling.
Picture of me?
Yeah. It's really beautiful out here. The sun's going down fast, so we're gonna try to rush this. Here. You'd never know, 9 years ago it was completely destroyed, decimated.
うなのかな、ここ。
I'm sure of it. Yeah. So you think those might be oysters? That might be oyster fields right there?
違うの? What is it?
Well, that's a good point. I mean, it probably is, since this place is famous for oysters. Yeah, it's gorgeous. What do you guys think? Hope you guys are enjoying the view. All these little islands. Zooming on. Yeah. It's the ocean, babe. It's okay. Not bad. So, yeah, the van did excellent. It came down a seg on temperature coming over after that last place we charged at. I freaked out first, but it dropped down pretty quick. And, what you looking at?
The part, I think it's not that deep.
No, it's not.
Really shallow.
Yeah.
Huh.
Could be low tide right now, too, for all we know.
It lights up, this bridge lights up too.
Oh, that'd be pretty. Got a lot of LED lights.
Yeah.
And it was a smooth trip on the highway. If we didn't do the highway, we couldn't have gotten here in time to see all this today. So I'm glad we did this way. But I'm not gonna do it. It was $79 to pay for the highway from our house to here. It was 200 miles altogether. So it's a medium-sized trip for that van. And yeah, I think it did great. It was so comfortable. But I want to go slower next time going home. Take it easy. There's rock formations here. And look at the rock formations. Yeah, that's cool. Got trees growing on the rocks right there. It's funky. Funky.
No.
It's not bad. All right, 30 minutes goes by way too fast. It's a small island, but I wasn't able to go all the way around. Got about halfway, I have to head back. The alarm went off. Man, it's beautiful. It is beautiful. Nice location. It's a small island, but man, if somebody owned it as their own private island, it'd be awesome. This place is pretty cool. It's got a big garden. There's a huge field for events. Yeah, it's just beautiful. Ooh, sorry about the shakes. Going down a hill. Anyways, there's the bridge again. I gotta get across that bridge and run back to the van. I don't want to make people wait. See you in a few. Made it. Not really. Oh, 15 minutes late. Oh boy. Thank goodness nobody's waiting. Nobody's waiting. Let's take a look where we're at. Probably around 60-some%, I would think. These are really slow chargers, nice gentle chargers for rapid chargers. Let's take a look. Da-da-da. 4:53 p.m., 18 degrees. That's good. Showing 94 in eco mode. Yeah, 67. I was on the money. I'll just leave it there because let's see a temp. Yeah, I went back. No, it's still saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're at 9 segs, so it's just starting to get warm. toasty. So I'm just gonna leave it alone. It did good. The car did good. Like I said earlier, the highway kind of sucked, going through lots of mountains, ups and downs, but not. It was mainly, we go about. I think the highest I ever got was almost 300 meters high, and then it come down slowly, so I could put it in neutral, but I couldn't get any regen, so I could coast down for a while. And the way they spaced the chargers, there was times where I had to charge like almost immediately after charging, so that wasn't good for the battery temp either. Just the way they did it, just the way it worked out. You know, any other car, electric car, not a problem at all, but this car in Japan, this particular model, 7-passenger with the air conditioning in the back, just a reminder, this does not have any kind of active cooling like the rest of the EMVs have. There's no fan, there's no liquid cooling, nothing. It's just strictly like the Leaf. So because this van wasn't made for electrics, the battery doesn't get the best airflow, and so yeah, that's why it got a little warm. But it did great. We did a little over 200 miles. Excuse me, a little over 200 miles on this car today, and it took about, well, we got here about what, 3? So let's see, 8:30. About 7 hours. Yeah, not bad. Regular car would have saved about 2 hours, but I had a good time. And I'm going to enjoy going home because we're going to take the back roads, so it'll even be slower, but it'll be a lot more fun anyways. A lot better views. All right. Talk more. Good morning. Actually, it's good afternoon, really. Been up for a while already. I woke up pretty early this morning. We did something we'd never done before. On this trip, we were going to stay at a hotel. Well, it's kind of a motel. It's called Travel Lodge?
Family Lodge.
Family Lodge. And we made reservations, and right after we made the reservations, it sends a little notice saying, oh, by the way, this place is kind of noisy. We're right next to the highway. So my wife called them up again and says, is it not just noisy, does it also shake when a truck rolls by? And yeah. And it's like, she's like, no, that's not acceptable. We want to cancel. So we canceled that. And I said, well, you know what? Why don't we try Airbnb? Give it a try. I've never done it before. Found some nice places. Found a very nice house to stay at. But, yeah, it's just different. I'm not into. I don't like Airbnb. The guy was a super sweetheart that owns the place, but not for me. I don't know. How did you feel about it? You were okay?
We weren't alone. I mean,
Yeah, we weren't alone. You were okay though? No, I didn't like it. No, it's not on him. It's not on him really. It's just Airbnb. I don't like it. We drive. This is an electric car, so I had to charge quite a few times to get here. So it took about 7 hours. It's a 7-hour trip for 200 miles. Then we had a little bit of time, about 35, 45 minutes to do some sightseeing, and then we back in the van driving. And it's a 30-minute drive to his house from where we were at. So we're all tired. I'm especially tired. I want to unload and everything, and it just it's not like a hotel where you get to go in, throw your stuff down, take a shower, relax, turn on TV, do whatever you want, make a mess, whatever. Airbnb is not quite the same. It was kind of a surreal experience. Like I said, big house, beautiful house. Took some pictures. Private, big, gigantic, high wall surrounding this premises, with a big automatic gate that opens up, like shutters that open up to let you in. And he knew what time we were going to be there, and the shutters were closed. It's not a garage; it's just shutters. It's got this door, the shutter door that is for a high wall. He used to be a tea ceremony teacher, I guess. Maybe he still does it. I don't know, but that was his thing. And so he has this gigantic house with a special tea ceremony room connected to it, and he likes to do tea ceremonies for his guests. Well, a lot of his guests are foreigners, and that totally makes sense. But I've been over here for 23 years. She's Japanese. I've done a tea ceremony, a real one, once for sure, and technically twice if I count. There was one time I went to Yokohama as a tourist. That was when I was 26 years old, and this Japanese lady who was a tea ceremony teacher herself, she did the whole thing for me, and it's interesting. But once is enough. Really, once is enough. Then I did it again at a high school I worked at. The high school I worked at, the owner I was friends with, they own high schools and kindergartens and elementary schools and daycares and a college even. And so that woman that owns all that stuff, she's a big fan of tea ceremonies. And so even the high school had a special club for tea ceremonies, and I actually participated in one time when I was there for that. So I've been in a few times. And this guy, he's like the most thorough I've been to. Like the woman that did it in Yokohama for tourists, she cut a lot of stuff out just for length of time, sitting on her knees and stuff. I think she's just showing the interesting parts of it for the tourists. He was much more thorough. Also, she did a show. She puts on a show just to show you what it's like. He actually teaches a class. It's not really a show. He said in the description on the Airbnb homepage, it was like he's going to put on a show, and it's not a show. It's an actual lesson. And we just got there. 10 minutes into it, we haven't even dropped our bags off, and he's saying, let's do it. And we told him twice already online, we're not interested, don't have to do it. We didn't want to bother him. We weren't interested in doing it, but he was adamant we had to do it. 10 minutes in, I just got there. My back was killing me from the long drive. And those of you that know me by watching my videos, I have a bad back. I've always had a bad back. I've got my arthritis, really bad arthritis, and my joints are sore, and I have bad knees. So I really wasn't into it. And I was thinking 10, 15 minutes. Nah. This is a lesson, so it's 30 or 40 minutes. I'm not sure exactly how long, but it felt like forever. I was in so much pain. So much pain. And he wouldn't let me sit normal. I could just tell he didn't want me to do it. He was strict. This guy was strict. Barking at us. You're putting it in the wrong spot. Right hand only. All this stuff. It was hilarious in a way. Now that I'm looking back on it, it's funny. At the time when I was in pain, I was like, shut up kind of thing. Not only that, but his house is a big old house kind of, so it has mildew in it and musty and stuff, and it was affecting my nose. My nose started going nuts halfway through the tea ceremony. You're not allowed to blow your nose. There's no tissues anywhere, and my nose just going nuts. It was so embarrassing, and I was like, oh gosh. It was so bad. I mean, I felt bad. But there was nothing I could do, and it was just it was not comfortable. I wasn't relaxed. I hadn't eaten yet. It was just no. We just ate. I'm sorry. I take that back. I had eaten. I just ate. But I hadn't gotten any. I've been able to use. That's right. I had to use the restroom really bad. 7 hours of driving. I hadn't used the restroom yet. I just hadn't used it yet, and so I needed to use it. Saying it politely, I needed to use the restroom really bad, and I had to do this tea ceremony sitting on my knees for like 40 minutes. It was rough. It was a rough start to the weekend, or a rough start to the night. And then it's just weird. He's a nice guy. I have nothing against this guy. Sweetheart old man. And he was trying so hard to stay out of our way in his own house. But that made me uncomfortable. This is his house. And he would like make his food and he'd go up to his room and eat upstairs. And I was like, I feel like I was intruding. I felt like I was in his way. I felt like he couldn't relax in his own place, and that's just awful. An awful feeling. So I just didn't. No, I'm not an Airbnb guy. Not a fan. Not at all. It just didn't work. It didn't work on any level, for my comfort, for his comfort, for my wife's comfort. It wasn't even. It was a beautiful big house, a huge house, 7 bedrooms. It's huge Japanese house. A big, gigantic hallway, actually 2 hallways, huge Genkan. The Genkan, I thought, when I first came in and saw the Genkan, I was like, oh, this must have been at one time a hotel, like a Japanese style hotel. And my wife says, no, that's just this Genkan. It was huge. It was like a hotel lobby kind of Genkan. It was gigantic.
Genkan entrance.
The entrance. I guess I keep saying Genkan. The entrance was a huge entrance. Just gigantic entrance with this big art display on the wall that you see when you come in with lights and everything. Very, very Japanese, very Oriental looking, very Japanese looking. And it has 7 rooms, so I figured it was some kind of ryokan, some kind of Japanese style hotel at one time. But no, just his house. And it wasn't the cleanest. The kitchen was very messy. It smelled like rotten garbage. Either he was pickling things or it was the garbage going bad. Ofuro we had to share the same bathroom, the same bath as him. So, I mean, it was all his stuff all over the place. It wasn't very clean. It was just awkward. Felt awkward. The toilet was dirty. Yeah, and spider webs everywhere. Cobwebs everywhere. Spiders, big spiders all over the place. Kept saying those. It was just awkward. So we stayed in our room, which was the most mildewy, musty area of the whole house. Was this giant room he gave us on the corner, in the corner, right hand corner. After you come in, you go to the right, and it's on the corner. It just made my nose go nuts all night. I just couldn't stay in that room, but we had to, because I didn't feel comfortable being anywhere else, because I felt like I was intruding on his space. So it just was awkward. I won't do Airbnb again. Give me a hotel any day. It wasn't even that cheap. Right now, hotels are actually a little cheaper and they include a continental breakfast right now. So it really wasn't that cheap, but it was a big house, very big house. And luckily nobody else was there. See, that's another question we had. They advertised it having 7 rooms and stuff. And so one of the questions we had for the person that put it up on Airbnb is like, are we going to be sharing with other guests? Because we weren't keen on that. Never got an answer back. Sure enough, the guy told us, yeah, normally there's other guests, but you're okay. You're lucky that nobody's here. Nobody else is here. It's all to yourself. Lucky us, I guess, but I was a little upset that they didn't answer us back. Turns out the woman that set it all up for this guy, his daughter, the daughter lives in the UK now with her husband, she's from the UK. And they just left it there for him to take care of. He doesn't speak much English. I just feel bad for the guy. He's very lonely. His wife passed away, it looks like. He's all by himself in this just gigantic Japanese house. And it's just, that house is so big, it must make him feel even extra lonely. And then his daughter starts him doing this thing, this little business venture, and then she just takes off. She goes to the UK. And my wife was like conversing with, thinking that because the original bio, it said my husband's in the UK, I'm over here still, so you'll be dealing with me. So we were sending emails back and forth with her. It turns out she's in the UK, so it was just awkward. It was awkward. It was so weird, but he's a sweetheart guy. The house is a beautiful house. It just needs a lot of cleaning. He's just a little old man by himself. He can't clean that whole house by himself. And also, if you know anything about Japanese men, they don't know how to clean. That's just not what they do. Most don't. Yuko's dad was kind of funny. When her father retired, he started working for a cleaning service, cleaning other men. I got a kick out of that because he was terrible at cleaning his house. I thought that was funny. He's going to be professionally cleaning other places, mansions and stuff, other apartment complexes and stuff. That was kind of funny. So anyways, yesterday, didn't get to talk much, but that place we visited, I showed you yesterday. How many islands did they say in that area?
260.
They have 260 little islands like that all over the place in the Pacific Ocean around there. It's just beautiful. It's gorgeous. You can take bridges, you can take boats over to these places and view them. Just beautiful. And I really did enjoy that. We're going to try that again. We're going to go back there again. Try to get some sunrise shots. I think it'll be more beautiful in sunrise. Today, where are we going?
It's raining, so...
Yeah, it's raining, yeah.
Just go to drive to the...
Iwate?
Iwate, what's that place called?
So, it is raining all day today. Just crappy weather today. Cold and rainy. So, we're just going to go for a drive. It's a couple hours away. We're going to go to Iwate. Iwate is the famous area that got hit really bad with the bad tsunami. Killed thousands of people, I guess.
Probably 2 hours.
Yeah, it's about a 2-hour drive. We just charged up at Nissan. So I charged 81% just now. It's showing 114 kilometers on the gasometer. I traveled from the last charge at that Family Mart yesterday. I only traveled 37.3 kilometers. We still had plenty of... Yeah, could have gone much further. But I wanted to top up now so we can do the 2-hour drive. So I did it here. Because I don't know where all the chargers are around here. There's a lot of chargers, though. There are a lot of chargers around if you look. So far, we've gone 394.1 kilometers total since we left our house. So pretty much 400 kilometers since we left the house, which is really good. Battery temp, it was down low. It went up 1 seg when I used their quick charger here. It's cold. You can see it's 13 degrees today for a high. So I don't think I have to worry about battery temps at all charging today. So yeah, the last charge, we drove for an hour and 50 minutes on that last charge.
They have Michinoki right next to it, the pine tree.
Oh, awesome. That's perfect. The Michinoikis usually have a charger. Usually. So, okay. So I got 30% of my drive was through regenerative braking. That's a lot better than when I was on the highway, which was like 2%. And showing 7 kilometers per kilowatt hour. The reason why is the guy's house was literally in the mountains. So you saw yesterday you saw where I parked. It was right next to the ocean. And then 30 minutes drive, you go way up into the mountains. We went way high. He was up in the mountains. It was crazy. Like there's signs over the place saying change required. And that's where all the people live. It was huge residential area up high in the mountains. It's crazy. It's weird why they did that. Maybe they did that because this area is famous for tsunamis. So maybe that's why most people choose to live so high ground. And you're high ground, all right. The mountains are like, it's a typical island. You don't have to drive far out, away from the coast to hit mountains. And then you start going up pretty quick. So, but it was a beautiful drive. So, okay. Anything you want to add? No.
Zunda shake.
Oh, my wife had a Zunda shake yesterday. Did I take a picture?
I took a picture of the cup, the film. I didn't.
Well, I'll have her do one more. She couldn't even taste it. Zunda shake. What is this? It's a shake made out of soybean. It's a soybean shake. I know.
Edamame. I think a lot of Western people know edamame.
Okay, edamame. Soybean. It's edamame, right? It's edamame. So it's the same things you eat at like a bar over here while you're drinking your beer. Those little green things you snack on in America. Anyways, they turn them into shakes over here. And she said she couldn't even taste it. She gave me a sip, and I was like, that's all I could taste. It It was so strong. It was like, whoa, it's more powerful than I expected.
Yeah. I taste the milk, but more.
I couldn't even taste the vanilla ice cream part. All I could taste was the edamame. It was really strong. So I'll have her drink another one. I want to get a picture or video of her doing it so you guys can see. Very popular around here. So what this area is famous for with their culinary is beef tongue, edamame, zunda, and what else?
Sasakama.
Oh, those little fish things. Yeah, sasakama. It's a little fish thing. So that's what we did yesterday. All right, let's get going. Okay, update time. Just plugged in. Sorry about that. Let me see. Show the battery. Yeah, 30% showing. That's what it was when I plugged in. We went on a highway, so 40 kilometers left on the gasometer. Battery temp staying normal. 1 hour and 26 minutes on the last charge. 12% because we went through the mountains, so not much regenerative braking, and showing 6.4 kilometers per kilowatt hour. Pretty low because, once again, we were going through the mountains and we were going 80 kilometers an hour the whole time. Most cars wanted to go a lot faster than that. But, yeah, so what happened was we want to go the back roads. So we said avoid highways and tolls. It puts us on a highway, and we're going, we had to go almost 100 kilometers out first, and the things to start dropping fast. So we went about 36 kilometers, and we could tell that we weren't going to make it to the destination, not even come close. So we got off in a panic, looking for a charger, as well as not wanting to pay a toll. Finally found a charger a little later, plugged in, charged to 85% at that location just to make sure we had enough for the mountains. And we also found out that highway is not a highway, it's a freeway. For about 200 miles, it's free to use, so cool. But the bad news is 0 chargers on it. I have to get off the highway and find a charger, so that part sucks. We're getting pretty close to our destination now, so I'm going to charge up just a little bit, just for a few minutes, just so we have plenty of juice to drive around the area we're going to go. All right, here we go. Showing 93 kilometers out of eco mode, 98 in eco mode for range, charged to 70%. Battery temp is perfect because I'm using the slower quick chargers. Let me zero that out. And yep, everything's zeroed out, ready to go. 14 degrees outside, a little chilly today. We have 35 kilometers to go still, and then we'll get to our destination. Field trip out there, it looks like.
Can you get to it?
Sure might.
Oh, you can't. People walking there. It's everything.
Yeah, it's all still not much around. It's just still all wiped out. 10 years later, I'm still working on it.
国道345を左方向、その後目的地に到着。
Yeah. This is the memorial. This actually, everybody should come out here and see this. If you had a chance. If you're in Japan, it's pretty surreal, guys. If you get a chance, you need to come out here and see
This is,
it.
I guess, Michinoiki.
Oh, it is?
Uh-huh.
Cool. Alright, let's park and we'll take a walk before it gets too dark. Huh?
They're going to start now?
Yes, so. This was all hit back in 2011 by a massive tsunami after the earthquake. This is probably the hardest hit, most famous areas of Japan that was hit. There's the tree over there. Let's see if we can zoom in. There's a tree right there. Right there is a tree, famous tree. And right next to it is a youth hostel that was open at the time. Kind of a dumpy old hotel. And now it's gonna be forever memorialized because of what happened here. And I think this whole area was probably something, houses and stuff, I think. I have no idea. I don't remember. I don't know. If you watch the YouTube videos, they show, there's tons of videos showing the flooding around here. What happened. I think there were houses and stuff. Just got wiped out. And then, so they just totally turned to a memorial. Surreal, surreal. Unbelievable. Such a beautiful area too. So beautiful over here. Yeah. All right, she's ready to go. We have to go down, sweetie. We go down. One tree. All right, so we figured it out. This area had 70,000 pine trees around here. Right here, I guess. This whole area. And they used the pine trees to help, because this area is famous for tsunamis, right? And so they used the pine trees to help block the water from the town. Well, they got wiped out. All 70,000 pine trees that they planted to protect the town got wiped out, and only this one was left. And it became the miracle pine. And people from around the world thought it was so cool, and then so did Japanese. I'm just I'm paraphrasing what it was written. But it died. Sure enough, it died. And so what they did is they cut it, put a steel beam in there or something like that, and then put it back together, and they put it over here. So it's a dead tree, but it's still the one pine that was left behind, kinda. It just didn't make it. It did die from the seawater. 10 years later, and they're still working at it. And if you saw my video while we were driving, when we were driving to the towns, there's areas where you could just tell it was destroyed because it's nothing but brand new. Everything's brand new, no old buildings, and still a lot of empty lots where places were standing and they got destroyed. So it's, even after 10 years, they're still working on it. But they've done pretty good. They've done pretty good to rebuild. They spent a long time. For the first 2 or 3 years, they were just searching for bodies and stuff still. They weren't doing a lot of building yet. They were still looking for the remains. Eventually they had to give up because they couldn't find a lot. And so after that, they started rebuilding. All right. All right, well, we're back where we came from originally, close to Sendai now. That was fun. That highway is so cool. I charged the van up to 90% just to make sure I had plenty of juice to get to the charger. And it did great. I went 92.2 kilometers on that 90% charge. Still at 26 kilometers showing. That's not bad. 17% battery left. Battery temperature staying the same from last time I charged to 90. Took 2 hours. And only got 7% regen of braking back. That's pretty bad. And 6.2, which is also really bad, kilometers per kilometer. It's just all mountains. It tells you, it shows you. It was just all mountains. But, you know, I was also going 80 kilometers an hour through the mountains most of the time. Sometimes only 70. But most of the time it was 80, 85 kilometers an hour. That was fun. And it's just free. It's all free. For almost 300 kilometers, a little over 300 kilometers, I don't know. It's free. Yeah, it's true freeway. Really nice. That was fun. Everybody, you know, you can go, the base is 50 kilometers an hour, and you can choose what speed you want to go, basically. It says base is 50, don't go below 50. Normal cars go 80, normal cars and trucks go 80. And, you know, if you want, you can go up to 100 kilometers an hour on that highway. I wanted to do it so bad, but I didn't want to get off the charge, so I just wanted to do one straight shot, so I didn't do it. But man, it was tempting a couple times. Anyways, we made good time. 2 hours from there to here with almost 100 miles. It's not bad. That's not bad. Did good time. For Japan, that's really good. Gonna plug in, charge up. It's 8:30. It's 12 degrees outside. It's cold, so I want to charge up so we have plenty of heater tonight. Tonight we're gonna sleep in the van. Not doing a Airbnb. I'm not doing a motel or hotel. We're gonna sleep in the van tonight. I want to compare the two. I want to see which is more comfortable for me, the van or the Airbnb. All right, talk more later. Hey, good morning, guys. It is 7 o'clock in the morning, around there. Just drove out from where we camped over to the place where we first charged when we first got here. Ta-da. I'm at 57%, so I'm going to charge up from there to, I think I'll go to 82%. Had a good sleep. Camped out in the car last night. Charged up to 80%. Made sure to have plenty of juice for heater because it got cold last night. And much better. Much better than the night before. Slept good. Had a good time. Just the only thing, I could have slept longer, but the place where we slept at, for some reason, 6 o'clock in the morning, they had this giant chime right outside the window playing Edelweiss. 6 o'clock in the morning, I kid you not. I was like, okay, I guess they want us to get up. So that part sucked. I was having a good sleep. Anyways, GoPro situation is kind of bad right now, so I haven't been doing any drive recording or, you know, shooting any video driving. I'll try to figure it out. One camera, the memory card is totally full. The other camera, the battery needs to be charged. I'll figure it out. Another thing that's interesting is this area has no family restaurants, no Denny's, no nothing. Nothing open this time of day for a breakfast. And I don't feel like eating convenience store food for breakfast. So we'll have to figure something out. Probably have to wait till 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock to eat breakfast. Weird, right? So, yeah, that's what's going on so far. I'll keep you posted. Alright, so we just passed Sendai, kinda. Found a really cool place where they make lunch boxes. And these are beef tongue. This area is famous for beef tongue. So we're gonna pick up a whole bunch of lunch boxes. I'm gonna pick up a few lunch boxes to take home. So mother-in-law can have one, and I don't know if the kids will like it, but I'll eat one. And my wife wants one. It's famous. It's a delicacy over here. They call it gyutang. And so we're gonna wait for it to open. We got an hour still. Everything's closed. Kind of the situation we're in. this area, nothing opens very early. Everything's closed. Like, there's no family restaurants, like I said earlier. So we're just gonna have to sit here and just chill for about an hour. Then we can pick up the lunch boxes, pop them in the Uber bag. I brought the Uber bag with me, and we can head over to the souvenir shop and get some souvenirs as well. That's what's going on right now. Battery's fine. We're doing great. I'm averaging a little bit over 8 kilometers per kilowatt hour, which is really good for this area, especially with the traffic. It's morning rush hour traffic right now. Wow, it's noisy. I don't even know if you can hear me with all that noise. Sorry about that, all the beep 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 in the trucks and stuff. It is what it is. Left a little too early, I guess. So I'm gonna get in the back, lay down again, try to take a nap for an hour, and we'll start up again. Found a Michinoiki, a road station with a charger. Yay. Okay, let's see. Let's go over the numbers. In Ikomo, showing 61 kilometers available. That's not bad. Traveled 67.5 kilometers so far, and 38% left on the battery. So that's 128, almost 129 kilometers in eco mode. Not bad, not bad. Battery temp is excellent, actually a little low. Been traveling on this last charge for 2.5 hours. And we got 31%. Oh yeah, that's my normal. Made 2.8 kilowatt hours of charge from the regenerative braking, and that's 31% of my journey. Cool. Showing 8.2 kilometers per kilowatt hour too. Nice. Okay, looking good. So I'm gonna plug in. We'll charge up, and yeah, maybe eat something here. Got that gyutang bent lunchbox, you know, the beef tongue lunchbox for my wife. We'll probably eat here, sit down and eat here. See you soon. right, just made it to our next stop for charging. Yeah, the guy's gonna stop it for us. He was on his second or third charge. Leaf next to us. He's turning it off though. Showing 17 kilometers left on the gasometer and traveled 112.4. I was actually averaging 130 until I just pulled up here. 10% left on the battery. Battery temp's good. Battery health good. Took 2 hours and 50 minutes to get here. And got 3 kilowatt hours of juice back from the regenerative braking. 21% of our trip was from that. And averaging 8.5 kilometers per kilowatt hour. Actually, that's really good considering all the hills. So, awesome job. All right, let's hook up. All right, so we're so low. Luckily, that guy unplugged because we're so low. And these chargers are kind of the slower quick charger. I'm probably going to do 2 charges. We might be here for an hour. Yikes. Yikes. I took a nap at first. My wife drove for about an hour or so. And, yeah, a little over an hour. And then I took over, let her take a nap. And I slept like a baby, man. This car is great. It's comfortable. I did good. I don't know how about her, but I did good. And then I got some dash cam. I was asleep. While I was asleep, I didn't do any dash cam video, but I got some of our trip in. You saw that we drove through, I don't know if you noticed it, but we drove through the area where the Fukushima power plant blew. And the whole town has been evacuated and they can't go back. And it's kind of crazy. It's like a time, what do you like a time capsule, basically. It's the houses haven't been touched since the earthquake. So all the houses are in shambles, and you can see it's just like they haven't been touched. It's pretty crazy. Lots of wild pigs and wild animals, and some of the houses you can't even see, they're buried under all the vegetation that's growing over them and stuff. It's crazy. It's crazy. Lots of gates blocking you from getting into the neighborhoods and stuff. Police like crazy. However, they do allow lots of trucks and construction workers and people like that going around in and out. I don't know what they're doing, but I mean, there's a lot of dump trucks carrying all that dirt. They're collecting all the radioactive dirt. They're still doing that. So yeah, that was cool. I mean, not cool, but it was surreal and kind of cool though. It was kind of trippy seeing all those houses like that, just like not touched since the earthquake. So you can see all the damage still and stuff. It was crazy. Like there was a big, gigantic Toyota dealership, and it was a 2-story, and the whole second story just collapsed on the first story. It was pretty trippy. So, yeah, I don't know what's gonna show up in the dash cam video though. All right, so we're gonna be here for a while, as you can tell. Zoom in. There we go. I'm gonna be here a while. These are very slow chargers, very slow. So I'll take a while. All right, talk more later, guys. 4:30 p.m. already getting dark. Sucks. Gonna be driving home in the dark and the rain. Rain. It's starting to rain now. Sprinkling right now. Yeah. I slept really good. You know, I wouldn't be this tired if it wasn't for that stupid chime this morning. 6 o'clock in the morning, Edelweiss chime. I don't know what that was about. That made no sense. But, yeah. We stayed up kind of late watching some movies together in the van. And then we went to bed about midnight probably. And got woken up at 6 by that stupid chime. But I got another hour sleep while she drove. That was nice. And, yeah, definitely better than Airbnb. Definitely. I won't say better than a hotel, but it's definitely better than Airbnb. I was quite comfortable in here, and it was nice, and didn't bother. My allergies didn't go as nuts. When I was at the other house, the Airbnb house, my allergies was going nuts. I am having allergy problems. I'm not sure what that's all about. Oh, hit the 80%. Cool. I am ready to go. Awesome. Already? Only need 1 more minute. It just took a minute to get to 80%. Awesome. Ready to go. I'm going to unplug and we'll get going. We made it. I have a headache. The traffic is so bad. Well, just when we hit the traffic, my GoPro camera went dead. But I mean, we've been driving in traffic for about, I don't know. Let's see. Take a look. Oops, I just went right there. Yeah, about an hour. About an hour of traffic. Been driving for 2 hours and 22 minutes since we charged last. Went 77.2 kilometers. That's not good in 2 hours and 22 minutes. That tells you something. 30 kilometers left showing on the gasometer. And, yeah, that's not the greatest. But it's not bad, actually, considering the hills, the rain. Got heavy rain now. And, I've had to use the aircon a few times to defrost the windows. And I'm using the inverter right now, as you can see. I got the inverter on. I'm charging up my GoPro camera because it went dead. Let's go over these numbers. Alright, what do we got here? Well, I got 23% power from my regenerative braking on this last trip. Made 2.3 kilowatt hours of power from the brakes. That's not bad. Like I said, 7.8. I was showing 8.6 before I hit the traffic. That sucks. That depresses me. I was going 8.6 earlier. Now I got 7.8 showing. Oh well. 21% battery left. Yeah. Anyways, we are getting close. Our house is 128 kilometers away according to this. So, technically if I tried really hard, I could go home on one charge. But I'll probably do 1.5 charges. When I get close to home, I'll do a quick charge, like a 10-minute charge, and then just to get home on, so I can use the heater and stuff. I want to use the heater. It's starting to get cold. All right, talk more later. Well, last video. We made it home. It is 11:30 p.m., 11:31. Showing 39 kilometers on the gasometer, 69.4 is what we traveled. What is that combined? 108? Yeah, 108 kilometers. Am I reading that right? I'm so tired, I can't even do calculations in my head. Battery temp? Well, it looks not bad. 7 segs? Yeah, that's fine. 7 segs. That's good. From last charge, it took an hour and 51 minutes of a drive after last charge. Last charge was nice. It was pretty easy because we finally got past the mountains, started getting a little bit more smooth. I mean, there were hills, but not like before. I'm telling you, starting from northern Ibaraki through Fukushima and Miyagi and stuff, it's just all mountains, man. This is crazy, the mountains. So that was crazy. But kind of think about it, going south isn't much better, like going to Kyoto or Osaka or one of those trips. Those are always really mountainous. Japan's just a big mountainous place because it's an island, so I have to deal with it. So, yeah, it did really well. I used the heater the whole time. Check this out. Even used the heater the whole time. I got 18. I got about 18, so there was some mountains still. There were some mountain passes, it looked like, some hills. 18% of my trip was on regenerative braking. And 7.2 kilometers per kilowatt hour. That's what I'm going to show you. That's crazy. That's pretty good with the heater going. Not bad. 24% showing still in the battery. Awesome. Want to apologize. I didn't make a lot of videos. There's not a lot of video. Not even much driving video because my stupid video cards filled up on my GoPros. And what happened is that this morning at a restaurant, I emptied out one of the video cards so I could continue making GoPros. And, so I transferred it to the computer, but I left the video card in its adapter. They're micro SD cards. I left it in the SD adapter on the table at the restaurant. So luckily I got the data. I was able to download the video, but I forgot the memory stick. So I didn't have a blank memory stick anymore. So not a lot of drive videos, but also the videos I have of us doing things. I always got there a little late. I didn't account for it gets dark so fast. Starting about 4 o'clock, it starts getting dark. 4:30, it's pretty dark, and 5, it's pitch black. And it's just the way it is anymore. It's just that time of year. I'm not used to it yet. So I was not planning correctly. Also, it's just, we had a lot of rain, as you can tell in the videos. We had rain yesterday, rain all day today. So, like, today we wanted to do stuff. We just couldn't do it. The weather just didn't cooperate for that. We were able to finish up. We did have some important shopping to do. My wife wanted to get some souvenir stuff for friends and family. So we were able to do that today. And we did visit a couple places, but because of rain, we couldn't. A lot of places, I mean, these places we went to, one of them was closed and things like that. So it is what it is. Turns out, also another thing that's funny is, you know, tomorrow's nice weather over there in Sendai. And I was telling my wife, boy, I wish we had one more day. I wish she didn't have to work tomorrow. She has to work tomorrow. And that's why we rushed back. But then we got when we were in Ibaraki, just, you know, getting into Ibaraki, which is pretty close to our house, she got a phone call from her company saying, yeah, you don't have to work tomorrow. We don't have enough hours for everybody. So her scheduled work day was canceled, so we could have stayed another day. And it was going to be nice tomorrow. Tomorrow's sunny over there. It's like, oh, we could have got some good video. But I hope you enjoyed what I did. And I don't even know. I don't even know if I'm going to put this video up because it's going to be a mess. I got to go through my video cards on my GoPro cameras. I got to go through the videos on this phone. I don't even know if it's worth putting up. But I want to show you guys something. If I do put the video, check this out, guys. This is my total for the whole trip. 1,047.1 kilometers in 3 days in this electric car. I think that's pretty damn good. And my wife agreed with me. She enjoyed camping in it way more than staying at that house. And even though that was a big, gorgeous house, the van was way better. So it did great. The charges, it's hilarious. The charges too. 4 charges to get back today. And it took 4 charges to get over there on the highway. So even though the highway is super fast, that's why we used the highway to get over there, because we wanted to have as much daylight as possible when we got over there. And we left kind of late from the house, so we used the highway. It was $80 to use it, but it was wicked fast compared to coming home the way we did. We left, I left 8 o'clock in the morning, roughly, from there, and from Sendai, left about 8 o'clock in the morning. Getting back now 11:30. Now, granted, there was we stopped at a restaurant for breakfast, and then we stopped. We had to do some souvenir shopping and get lunchbox for her, and then charges. But still, that's crazy. From 8 o'clock roughly to 11:30 at night, versus the highway. When we took the highway way, including charges, probably 6.5, 7 hours. So it was faster going the other way, and it was the same amount of charges. Go figure. It didn't take. Of course, I did start from 100%. Going over there, taking the highway, I left the house at 100%, and everywhere else I've been doing 80%, except for one time on the freeway, that really cool freeway, I charged 90%. I was looking at the videos. I don't know how much video I got, but it looks like I only got a little bit of video of that freeway. I wish I would have remembered done more GoPro of the freeway. It was pretty cool. Oh well. Well, if I put this up, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give me a thumbs up, give me a like, and if you're new to my channel, subscribe, check it out. You know, I got some good stuff. It's fun, and the EVs are cool. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys.